Happy Transgender Day of Visibility! Woo, 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 woo! Hi everyone, and welcome to this video, all in celebration of Transgender Day of Visibility. This day is super meaningful for me because this time last year, on the 31st of March 2020, I first came out as transgender on Instagram, and it was the biggest platform that I had come out on. I'd been telling some friends and family in the lead up to it, but this was the way that I felt that I wanted to tell the world, and on Transgender Day of Visibility just seemed like the most appropriate day to do that. And honestly, it has been the wildest year. I've learned so much over the past year. The first is in resilience. I've been misgendered hundreds of times over the past year, but I've managed to bounce back every single time, and I've really started to learn when to correct people and when to let it go. If I'm being honest, I'm still learning how to correct people and when to correct people, but I'm doing it more frequently, and with that, people are correcting themselves as well, so I don't even have to do that work anymore sometimes, which is amazing. Secondly, I've also really gotten to know what my gut feeling feels like, and that's all started to happen because really this embracing of my trans identity is the closest thing that I've ever had to knowing when something is really truly right for me. And so any time that I now need to tune into my gut feeling, I liken it to how solid I feel in my identity now. And that's an amazing reference point to have. And so I'm just super grateful that I have this superpower now, I suppose, to be able to know when my gut feeling is kicking off and to really trust what it's telling me. And thirdly, what I've really learned over the past year is just how far my friends and family will go to support me. I'm just truly so lucky to have all the people in my life who have been coming on this journey with me over the past year and relearning my pronouns and correcting other people for me and even monitoring these vlogs. So I've got a group of allies who are monitoring the comments on these vlogs just to help protect me and my energy. But so far they've had very little to do because all the comments have just been just so beautiful. So thank you so much for those. But yeah, there's some people in particular in my life who I've really noticed that they've gone the extra mile in terms of using my correct pronouns. And so instead of just saying you know, when addressing me or using my name, they'll say he, him, and I almost feel sometimes that they're curating these sentences just to be able to use the pronouns. And that for me, just every time it happens, I feel just so loved and just so grateful, and it genuinely just, it makes me emotional because these people are just making my life so much better, and I just could not be more grateful to have these allies in my life and to know that me stepping forward into being the best version of myself that I can be is something that they wholly welcome. So you know who you are, so just a really heartfelt and deep thank you, honestly. I just love all of you, thank you. So if I can ask you all to do one thing right now, actually I'm going to ask you to do two things, but this first thing right now is to pause this video and go and share some positive trans love. It doesn't matter when you're watching this video, whether it's on Transgender Day of Visibility when I've published this video, I just spat everywhere, or whether it's 3, 6, 9 months down the line, whenever it is that you're watching this video, hit pause here, I'm not going anywhere, and please go and do one of these things. Number one, go and share any positive post from a trans individual on social media. Number two, check in with any trans person that you might know and wish them a happy Transgender Day of Visibility. Even if it's not the day, just go and celebrate the day and the fact that you're in each other's lives. Number three, if you are struggling with someone's pronouns, practice their pronouns in a sentence for 10-20 seconds right now. Put it in a sentence with their name and practice their pronouns with it. I can promise you that it will mean the absolute world to them when you get it right in front of them. And number four, if you can, donate to a trans person's surgery. There are so many online funding pages at the moment of trans people trying to raise money for top surgery or bottom surgery. In the UK at the moment, it is a disaster for getting any kind of surgery for trans individuals on the NHS. So a lot of people are opting to go for it privately. And this isn't cheap, so if you can donate anything towards it, please do. In fact, this t-shirt that I'm wearing here was when I donated to another trans person's fundraiser. They were getting top surgery, and so their girlfriend was printing these t-shirts, and what it says on it is flat and free, with an illustration of that trans person proudly displaying their scars from top surgery and feeling flat and free at the beach. I just loved everything about it. I love the fact that their girlfriend was making t-shirts for it, and I loved the design. So it seemed like a no-brainer that I would chuck them 20 quid and just help this person's dream come true. And the very last thing that I'd absolutely love you to do is to check out my latest podcast, which is called Transatlantic, a Trans Mask Experience. It's a podcast that I've just started with a friend of mine called Ryan L. Reese. We're both two trans guys in the really early stages of our transition, and so we wanted to start something where we could document our journeys together. But because he's based in the US and I'm in the UK, what's really cool about it is that we get to talk about the differences and the similarities between his experiences over there and my experiences here across the pond. So it kind of seemed apt to call it Transatlantic, no? As soon as we stumbled on that name, I was like, that's it, that's the one. We are going to deep dive into loads of topics that really hit home. In fact, our very first episode is all about our origin story in terms of when we first started to have gender come into our consciousness and the discomfort that we already started to feel from as young as 3 or 4. But we're also going to talk about some really light-hearted topics that really bring a lot of fun and energy into this incredible journey that we're both going through at the moment. So please do check it out. We've got it both as a podcast and as a YouTube video. Sometimes the YouTube videos will have just that little bit extra content in terms of photos and video clips that we'll put into the video. But everything, of course, is also still in the podcast. So however you like to consume this content, we've hopefully got every format that can work for you. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the first episode of Transatlantic, please do hit the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And likewise for this video, if you also like this, then please do hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button for more videos from me about my own personal transgender journey. And I wish you all the absolute best and most beautiful transgender day of visibility. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.